All right, Steve. Man, I really look forward to it. I'll see you soon. Steve Alamo. That's a name in the music scene in Miami from the 60s, 70s. You know, this was back in the day when Dick Clark had his caravan of stars, and he came to Miami looking for the right band, and he picked the Redcoats with Steve Alamo. And that's the beginning. He became a co-producer with Dick Clark for Where the Action Is. He was starring in that show. He had like 6 top 100 on the Billboard charts. My kind of music. You know, rock and roll, doo-wop, he knows it all. Biggest song I think he had was Every Day I've Gotta Cry. Great song. Nice man. He's gonna come talk cars and music with me. Maybe I'll sell him something. He's a bit of a car buff.
I got a phone in my car and I'm on the run. I know what it takes to be #1, and I'll be riding high when the day is done. I'm just out here having fun.
I've been buying, selling, and trading classic cars for 40 years. I work here with my beautiful wife, Robin, and we have a great team. Some people call it work, but for us, it's a whole lot more. I'm Ted Vernon, and this is my place, South Beach Classics.
Yeah.
Steve Alamo was a single artist, but he also had a band called the Redcoats. He was one of the local stars down here, and then he became a worldwide star.
I had some local hits in Florida. A song called Happy, a song called Big Bad Beulah, but I had a hit called Every Day I Have to Cry Some. It became a national hit. I've known Ted about 30 years. Ted sold me 2 or 3 cars. In fact, I assisted him in his first vocal endeavors. He sells cars, fixes cars, buys cars. A boxer maybe, wrestler maybe, comedian really maybe. Can't sing.
I had 3 or 4 bands, and I was so popular that when I retired, nobody noticed. Do you know the song No Money Down by Chuck Berry?
Yeah, sure. Chuck
Do you really?
Yeah. Recorded for Chess Records.
Yeah.
That was my label with Every Day I Have to Cry Some.
Yeah.
That was on Chess.
Really?
I used to see him in the office. I freaked out over him too. He's brilliant.
Steve Alamo's been in Miami since the late 50s. He knows all about rock and roll. He's played with guys like Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis, Roy Orbison. He's got stories he can tell.
I'm looking forward to going around with Ted and him show me some of these cars. I own some of these cars. Not these particular cars, but the vintage. I had a Mustang, I had a Maserati Bora, 2 or 3 Thunderbirds, and a Wrangler. I still have the Wrangler. It's 30 years old and I happened to buy it from Ted. I won in the deal. He always took care of me.
Teddy.
Are you following me?
Are you ready, Teddy? My guy.
What's up, man?
How you doing today,
I'm
man?
Good. Yeah, I got my buddy Sensei here today. He's a funny guy, real nice man. He's good for his word and his money. I've got a Model A back in the back that's a pretty darn nice old car. It's real drivable, pretty automobile. He's got his eye on it. If he's fair, I'll let him have it.
I've been doing music for a really long time out here in Miami. Sold a lot of CDs on South Beach. I'm kind of a fixture out here when it comes to the music scene. People know who I am. Ed, please, listen. You got all these old cars here, right? Do one thing new. Listen to some new music. Check this out. It's Flyami. It's by me. It's cool stuff. Check. You hear that? You feel it? It'll change your whole life, Ted. You'll be walking down the street one day playing this song and the prettiest of prettiest things that happen to you.
That's not doo-wop, bro. No, the beat was catchy. It just isn't my kind of music. I'm a doo-wopper. That's what I like. That's what I sing. That's what I enjoy. Ain't changing.
I probably heard it before, and I'm assuming that it's probably like if somebody's sitting in the diner with their little girlfriend and she's got her hair curled up with some red lipstick and they're eating French fries, and that music is playing in the background. If I'm not mistaken, that's doo-wop. Am I right? You want to hear it again?
No, please no.
All right, Teddy. I've been trying to get you to like my music forever.
I like it.
Who cares? I need another car. I am actually looking for a blue Ford Model A, the essential car of what a rat rod came from. That's what it looks like before they strip it down and try to make it look different and all that stuff. This is the complete car of most of the popular rat rods.
I'll give him a good deal. I like him. He's a really cool guy. We'll get it done. He doesn't come here to play.
What do you mean you don't like Flyami, Ted?
This is doo-wop, bro. This is my doo-wop shop. This is it.
So I'm gonna act like I'm listening to not doo-wop and just keep playing Flyami.
You want to talk cars? You want to talk music?
I want to
like.
talk cars, but the first thing I'm gonna say is please don't offer me this price right here, Ted.
18.5 is reasonable.
Come on,
Check
man.
it out. You're gonna keep it original, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna rat this one out. I'm gonna leave it exactly the same as it is. I've looked at this car 1,000 times, Ted, so I
Time to buy
know
it.
there's nothing wrong with it. My problem is I can't do 18.5. Let me give you, can I give you 14 and a half?
You're wasting my time, brother.
So
You're not even close.
so where are you thinking? How many times
I
have we done this,
I
Ted?
didn't price this car high. 18 grand. I'll knock a nickel off.
I don't even like change. Ted's definitely playing right now. Well, let me back up. Ted is not playing, because if I get this car and I pay him 18, he's definitely gonna take it. Honestly, I think my top number on this car is gonna be right around 16 and a half, 17, pushing it. I would love to get it for 16 though.
I think Sensei is gonna buy the car. He's serious as a heart attack about it. I think if he beats me up, I'd probably drop 1,000. I think it's gonna be fine.
I'll jump up. I'll give you a real legit offer, 16 and a half. Let's do it.
17 grand, it's your car. And you're happy.
Can I take you to my favorite watering hole and you have to listen to my music for an hour straight the whole way there? And I'll listen to some doo-wop.
Ooh. But you might like it. It's the roots of rock
I
and roll.
never said that I wouldn't like it. I'm open for anything,
Here we
Ted.
go.
Look, now
Because-
we're getting somewhere.
All right, listen.
This is the 1,000th time we did this, Ted.
I don't want to go back and forth with you. I
don't
respect
either,
you too
Ted.
much.
I'm tired.
17 grand and you own it and we're done and let's call it a day.
17 grand, hour of my music, you gotta listen to my favorite watering hole, and then you take me to go listen to some doo-wop.
Done
Deal?
Done deal.
My guy.
17 grand, it's your car.
I love his car.
You'd have paid 18.
I would've.
You would have. I know you would.
You would've took 16, but that's not the
But
best.
you know what? You bought enough cars, you deserved a break. I promised I'd listen to his music. I think he won't notice if I have earplugs in. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm happy. Sensei's happy. It's all good. Deal's done.
Honestly, the deals we make is not even really about the money. It's really a sport with me and him. That's how I feel. Like, we kind of beat each other up about stuff, and then we come to an agreement, and then we remain friends throughout it, so it's really cool. We do a lot of deals, so it's not the last time I'm gonna see him.
Hello. Hey, Sensei, what's up, bro? Everything's good, man. What's up? What can I do for you? We do videos here all the time. You pretty much know the location, so you pick the cars, I'll put them where you want them to do. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. No, Sensei, I'm not going to be in the production crew. I like being in front of the camera, not behind it. Not interested. Just come over, let's get a deal done. I'm happy to work with you. All right, Sensei. Goodbye. See you, bro. It's really something. I sell the guy a couple of cars, and now he thinks I'm going to be on his production crew. It ain't going to happen. I've been walking a lot with Steve Alamo, one of my idols. He was, a big star in the 60s and knows music, been in the music business for years. And I've been talking cars and music with him. It's been fantastic. There you go, Steve.
Oh, GTO. I hate to say I was around when these came out.
What song does that car remind you of?
Riding the Daytonas.
Little GTO.
The GTO. Wow.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's enough. I love to see all these cars because I grew up with a lot of them. When I started driving cars, I had no idea I would live long enough to see all of them sit on lots. Mustang Sally. Wow.
The Wicked, Mr. Wilson Pickett.
Wilson Pickett
Oh,
was
he was.
terrific. But the car wasn't bad either. I had one of these Mustangs. Cars have changed through the years. Some things are exactly the same. There are improvements, obviously, but the style, they're so different. I think that's why there's a market for old cars and classic cars, it's because they have individuality.
How about the 58 Bel Air?
With the
Continental
with
kit, yeah.
Continental kit.
I'm talking, this is the 50s right here.
It's
I
definitely.
love this. Music and cars define time, define generations. Groups of us grew up with certain music, and you equate that with the cars you drove. I've got a gentleman called me, I think his name is Jürgen, from Germany, and I ship a lot of cars to Germany. Jürgen, Ted Vernon.
Hi.
How are you?
Nice to meet you. I was super happy to find Ted Vernon's place because he has so many classic and vintage cars in one place. Cars are my great hobby, and I made a business out of my hobby.
When I spoke to Jürgen, he said he was interested in cars he could sell. He likes El Caminos and things like that. He wants to come, be left alone, and look. I'd love to sell him some cars.
I don't think we'll buy one or two. I think we'll buy maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see.
We'll see what you like. Let's see what I can do. The more you buy, the steeper the discount. Gives me room to really make something special happen.
To look at more than 300 cars turned out to be work. But we found 6 cars we really like. That's my object of desire, El Camino.
Really?
I love those cars.
Is this one of the ones as
This
well?
is one I would like, yeah.
This is a 78, very good car.
Shall we look at the other El Caminos?
Please.
This is another car I really like. This one is perfect.
This is my best El Camino. You were asking this El Camino also?
Yeah,
This is an
that's-
83, and also a very original, pretty car.
And now we should look at Mustangs. My heart is with a Mustang from the 60s.
This is the most original car in the place. It's bone stock, interior is original, and the car runs brand new.
This truck, I also like it. This is not 100% original, but it's like a cool muscle truck.
We'll put this on the list.
In Europe, the bigger the engine, the more exciting the car and the better it sells.
This is a 73 Mustang. It's the last year they produced the full-size body in this car.
Yeah, let's put this on the list as well.
Let's go fight.
It's gonna be tough. Ted is a showman, so he'll try to sell me cars at a much higher price than I'm ready to pay. But that's part of the game, and I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, I put the 2 Mustangs, 67 and 73, and you've got the 3 El Caminos. Those are all V8 cars. And you got the 72 Chevy short bed pickup with the step side, which is really nice. I priced all of them at $12,500, except for the Mustang convertible at $18,500, and the El Camino, the 77, at $14,500, which gives us a grand total of $83,000 for the 6. Now I need to know what you want to do.
Yeah, I think 80,000 is too high. That's more or less the sticker price, because I need to make money on those cars. I see you have 350 cars in inventory. Inventory needs to turn. I give you a relief of the pain.
I don't want him to leave without the 6 cars. I don't want him to buy 3 or 4. I want all 6 to go. Now, 83 is my retail. Now, I'm taking them all down to the bottom line is I got 68 is what I can sell them for. I'm trying to be as fair as I can. Let's finish. $68,000 done.
If you make one further small move, we have a deal.
That's really, really cutting it.
67 and we have a deal. Yeah?
Oh, because of the Mustang year? Or you're
Yes,
picking the price
yes.
because of the year?
Symbolic.
Done. 67,000. Anything above 65 grand, and I'm doing real well. You know, real well. Because I buy cars right, or I don't buy them.
And I'm really happy with the deal. This was a super day in the end. It was hard work, but in the end it turned out to be really good.
Steve Alamo has been a buddy of mine for some 30-odd years. We were reminiscing about cars and music and what cars go with which songs, and he's an encyclopedia of rock and roll.
Oh, this is a Little Deuce Coupe here.
There you go. Who sang that?
Little Deuce Coupe, I think, was Beach Boys, right?
Correct.
Oh, look at that. Coupe de Ville.
As I was motivating over the hill,
That's
I saw a
right.
Maybelline in a Coupe de Ville. There it is.
Wow.
Chuck Berry, the man.
What a classic this is. Beach Boys and Chuck Berry probably have the record for songs about cars. It's funny how some artists always drew themselves to cars. Like the Beach Boys, Chuck Berry was big with it.
And groups that name themselves after cars.
All right.
The Falcons, So Fine.
Yeah.
Impalas, Sorry I Ran All the Way Home.
Impala's an animal.
Will you cut it out?
It was great to see Ted, and great to see all these cars. These cars are great.
Seeing Steve Alamo is the best. It's great. Makes a nice day. He's just such a quality human being. I love the guy. My buddy Louis called me. He's got a museum in Georgia, and he's got a Munster mobile. And if it's what he said it is, it's mine. I want it right in my showroom.
Hello, Ted.
Hey, Louie. That's it, huh?
I told you it was the nicest thing you'd ever seen.
How you doing, brother?
Good to see you. I came here today with the intent to sell my monster buggy to Ted Vernon. I've known Ted about 6 years, and every year we do 2 or 3 car flip deals. Many people have asked me to buy it, but I wasn't in the position to sell it. Now I'm in the position to sell it, and the only person that should have it is Ted Vernon.
Yeah, that looks a lot like me, doesn't it? It's gonna be tough for me to have a poker face when it comes to this car. Robin would call this car a clown car for sure. I call this car money. I'm gonna try to get the trailer with it, because even if I don't keep the trailer with the car, I can use the trailer.
I've had this in my museum in Blairsville, Georgia for 13 years.
Tell me the story on it.
A guy that I met had built me a horseless carriage. His name is Gary Powers, and he built 7 of these. They're exact replicas of the Monster Mobile. This car runs perfect. It's got a big block in it. It's a showstopper. I've used it in all the parades. Runs fantastic. It's street legal. You can drive it out there and have fun with it.
Why do you want to get rid of it?
I just bought a moonshine company. Now I want all cars that resemble like Bonnie and Clyde cars, moonshine days.
Louis knows I want the car bad, but he's gonna try to beat me up. I figure if I hurry and get it bought, I can put it in the trailer and hide it before Robin gets here and kicks my butt.
People pay $6 to come take a picture and sit in it,
Really?
just like what you're doing.
Come on, Louis, do the theme song to the show. Da 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 da.
When Ted got in the car, I just felt him fluttering inside. I know that he's going to step up to the plate. He's not going to let me take this car to Key West and let somebody else have it. It's going to go in his showroom floor, and I'll guarantee you it'll go in his showroom floor by the end of the day. The trailer in the car did not go as a package. That's going to be my negotiating tool. He's going to pay my price. I'm going to give him the trailer.
I ain't paying $38.5 for the car because that's what I'm going to ask for the car. And last time I looked, I'm in this to make a living. So I've got to try and beat him up a little bit and do something fair for both of us. Got a little wear to it.
It's been in the museum 13 years. I've used it for parades from Key West to Ponte Vedra.
Really, honestly, I'd feel real comfortable at 20 grand. I don't know if you can do that or not, but
I can't do 20, Ted. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 30,000. I'm going to throw in the trailer.
the trailer must go with the car. It's made for it.
I'm going to throw the trailer.
I ain't paying 30 grand. I'll shake your hand at $28,000. I'm done.
You got to give me a special deal on 2 moonshine cars that I might want here. Is that fair?
I already told you I would take care of you. I
All
always
right.
do.
All right.
It's a done deal.
Done deal.
28 grand.
Okay.
All right, with the trailer.
With the trailer. How about Mike take you for a drive and show you how to run the stick and everything?
I know how to drive it.
Ted beat me up. I expected it, but I think I got a fair price. I think he's happy. Now, he'll never admit it to me. On the next deal, he'll say that I got the upper end on him again, but that's okay. That's the way Ted is, and we settled for the deal, and we settled for the deal. It's okay.
I got myself a Monster Mobile. I'm very excited. I never had one. Excited. I got the car for 28. I got the trailer for free. That's why I'm counting it. And I think this car will do 38. Louis says he can take me for a ride, but I don't need Louis to drive me. I drive me. I honestly wouldn't trust Louis in this traffic. He's a Georgia boy. He ain't no Miami boy. This ain't for him. My friend Sensei wanted to do a music video here. He said, who to use to produce it? I said, my buddy Kevin. So we called Kevin Lane and he came down. We're ready to rock.
I started right around the beginnings of MTV, and then I went on to start doing and directing and shooting music videos myself. I grew up in this neighborhood, so I've driven past this place a zillion times, and actually having a chance to come in here, my eyes got as big as golf balls, because whether it's a Lamborghini, it's a Corvette, it's a Ferrari, you know, whatever it is, it's awesome.
Being that you're so involved in the film industry, what do you think is going to be the next avenue? What type of cars? 70s, 80s, 90s?
We've always gone old school with cars, and we've loved that. And you know, some of these cars out here remind me of my first cars. My first car, 1967 Chevelle Malibu. So this is near and dear to my heart. This ride right here, this reminds me a lot of my very first car.
Does it?
Yes, it does, and it reminds me of getting tickets for going too fast and speeding, but it was sure fun. This place is awesome. Going around the lot, looking at all the cool cars, back from the first car that I got and then into my music video career. It's got every car you could possibly imagine.
You know, a lot of people come in all walks of life, but lots of music people, lots of video people, film people, cars and girls and music, all meshes into one. It's great stuff. It's fun.
The PA does have all the fun going around the lot, looking at all the cool cars, and then hopefully sending me and or somebody like myself pictures of these cars to choose from. But every time it actually shows up for the first time and you see it, whether it's a Lamborghini, it's a Corvette, it's a Ferrari, you know, whatever it is, it's awesome. And I always, the first thing that I do, I said, I need to sit in the car. I need to sit in the car before we shoot anything. And I get a, you know, kind of nice feel for that. This would make a great music video car.
I've got a beach buggy over here. Convertibles work, it's
Awesome.
fun.
Again, another ZZ Top kind of vibe.
And you mentioned Corvette. There's one over here.
I remember we did a video with Gloria called See Your Smile. And we had, and it probably was a car that you guys provided one way or the other.
A blue one?
And it was a blue one. In 1993 it would have been. And we drove it down Ocean Drive. And we had seagulls out, and she, of course, was beautiful. We had that perfect South Beach, classic car, classic day, beautiful artist, great music. That was a blast.
I mean, Gloria Estefan,
And
this doesn't
Gloria.
get better than that. Classic cars attract a little bit of everybody, from entertainment to athletics to regular guys to women. It attracts everybody. You know, it's what we grew up with. It's fun. It's our lives. It's our history. You know, in the last 24 hours, I've had Kevin Lane, the music director, Steve Alamo, the music singer and producer. That's all in a day, man. That's just great stuff.
When you've got music, you've got beautiful women, and you've got classic cars, makes a director's life a beautiful thing. I guess it's time to start the rolling.
You know, they want me to be involved with the production crew, but I'm an in front of the camera kind of guy. I'm not behind the camera. I got no interest in that.
I do hear that Ted has some major contacts in this production, so maybe he might be able to work his way onto this set.
Sensei, take 27.
I'm not set tripping, but I'm flaming on the kryptonite. Nah, I lied, I don't take sides, I'll leave the crib tonight. And I don't trip, but I'm always taking trips and flight. Shopping is a problem, cause I always pick expensive price. Super sad, that's ass life, because I am fly and me, and you both bites.